Egypt and Saudi Arabia have signed an agreement setting up a $15 billion investment fund as Cairo attempts to recover from its economic downturn. The signing took place in Cairo's Abdeen Palace in the presence of Egypt's President Abdel, Fattah al-Sisi and the Saudi King Salman. Egypt is struggling to revive an economy hit by years of political upheaval since the 2011 uprising, as well as an Islamist insurgency. Agreements for cooperation on a 6-kilometer industrial zone near the Suez Canal, a new power plant, agricultural complexes in the Sinai, and an aqueduct project were also ratified at the ceremony. An economic free zone in the Sinai was also agreed upon, with no further details given. Let's now discuss this further with CCTV's Yasser Hakim, who is following the royal monarch's visit in Egypt. Yasser, could you give us some more details on the deal signed between Egypt and Saudi Arabia so far?
Well, the total so far in the last 2 days were $25 billion. You've mentioned the $15 billion in the investment fund, and that's only a fraction of the overall investment opportunities there. There's in energy, there will be a lot of cooperation in nuclear energy for peaceful purposes, and that's going to be important for both countries. There will be for housing, for industrial zones in Egypt, the bridge that will connect the both countries together and will connect Asia and Africa through those two countries. This bridge will not only be for cars, but will be for railway and trucks, so it will promote trade between the two continents through Egypt and Saudi Arabia. There's also going to be $1.5 billion to develop Sinai. The northern tip of Sinai has been suffering from terrorism, and this deal is actually sending a message that you can crack down on terrorism not just by security measures, but also by promoting and developing the area so that there are more employment facilities, more opportunities for people living there, and they would not be manipulated by terrorism. So it's a big deal and a host of agreements with the government. We've seen the one on Friday, the two governments together. On Saturday, there were the business sectors and the private companies of both countries signing the deals together.
Well, yes, the visit there is a big deal in itself. What's next on the agenda for the Saudi king, though, as he continues on that visit?
Yes, it's the longest by any king, 5 days. And on Sunday, which is today, the highlight of the day will be his address to the Egyptian Assembly, the parliament. And this will be the first time that a Saudi king would address the Egyptian parliament. So this is also going to be very well followed by Egyptians and Arabs in the region, because he's expected to address the issues like terrorism in the region, how Egypt and Saudi Arabia will work together to bring peace to the Middle East, especially that it is known that Saudi Arabia is the richest nation in the Middle East and Egypt has the largest army in the Arab world. So putting them together and working together, they can lead an Arab coalition, whether a military coalition, to crack down on terrorism in Iraq, in Syria, in Yemen, in Libya as well. So it's going to be an important speech that Egyptians and Arabs are waiting to hear what the Saudi king will talk about today, Sunday, to the Egyptian MPs.
Right, Yasser Hakim for us there with that latest update from Cairo.